Good afternoon, I'm Diego Castro. Here are the latest stories at this hour. Motorists may need to tighten their belts further next week as fuel prices are expected to pose another big-time increase. Industry sources project diesel prices to go up by as much as 10 pesos per liter. Gasoline, meanwhile, may become more expensive by 3 pesos and 40 centavos to 4 pesos and 50 centavos a liter. The predicted hike comes as world oil prices continue to surge amid renewed conflict in the Middle East. Final price adjustments are expected to be announced by Monday, with the new prices taking effect the next day, July 21st. Several lawmakers have filed resolutions calling for an inquiry into rising electricity bills. Senators Bam Aquino, Risa Contiveros, and Ping Lacson are seeking a review of policies governing the energy sector. They cited reports of sharp increases in electricity charges, alleged meter reading errors, and concerns about the handling of consumer complaints. The Energy Regulatory Commission said it is prepared to address the issues and explain consumer protection mechanisms currently in place. For its part, Meralco maintained that there were no irregularities in its billing. It explained higher electricity bills were mainly due to increased generation charges and higher power consumption during the recent hot weather.
Welcome yung hearing para at least mailahat din namin. Marami pa kaming iba. Gusto din namin gamitin na yun as a platform para at least masabi namin na ito yung mga consumer rights ng mga consumer na hindi alam.
Nagkaroon ng upward adjustment sa total bill because of the increase in the generation charge primarily. At yun sa konsumo, hindi naman kasi masyadong nagbago yung consumption pattern. Kung titingnan nila yung graph sa bill nila, karamihan ito sa mga customers, talagang tumaas. No? So naramdaman natin ngayong nagdaang 2 buwan na June at July.
10 days to the fifth State of the Nation address of President Bongbong Marcos, the Philippine National Police is deploying more than 20,000 personnel for the event's security and crowd management. The details with mobile journalist Jazz Paredes. Go ahead, Jazz.
Yes, Diego, nakatakdangang mag-deploy ng mahigit 20,000 miyembro ng kapulisan ang Philippine National Police bilang paghahanda sa nalalapit na 5th State of the Nation address si President Bongbong Marcos sa July 27. Ang mga miyembro na ide-deploy ay mga iba't ibang allied agencies kagaya ng AFP, Coast Guard, reaction teams at iba pa. At ayon kay NCRPO spokesperson Major Hazel Asilo, ayon sa kanya ay magmumula din sa ibang mga rehiyon itong mga kapulisan na kabilang sa mahigit 20,000 ide-deploy bilang magbabantay at magsisiguro ng peace and order and security sa palibot ng Batasang Pambansa Complex at pati na rin sa buong Metro Manila. Dahil paglilinaw nga nila na itong kanilang deployment ay hindi lamang nakafocus dito sa Batasang Pambansa Complex kung saan nga gaganapin itong zona, but nakapalibot din sila sa Metro Manila dahil itatarget din nila yung mga certain areas na posibleng lunsad or magkaroon ng mga kilos protesta. Sa ngayon, Diego, nakalatag na rin ang kanilang civil disturbance management, nakahanda na para sa zona at ito ay to be deployed sa mga areas in case nga daw na magkakaroon ng rally. At sa ngayon ay wala pa daw silang natatanggap na monitor ng mga grupo nga nag-secure ng permit in advance of the zona na magsasagawa ng kanilang kilos protesta. Diego.
Alright, Jazz, may report kasi na yung cybercrime divisions, naka-high alert sila. No? Anong masasabi mo about this?
Yes, Diego. Regarding dito sa balita na naka-high alert itong cybercrime division, sinusubukan nating hingin ng pahayag ng Philippine National Police dito. Nakipag-ugnayan tayo with the PNP-PIO spokesperson Allen Rico at ayon sa kanya ay babalitaan niya tayo kung ano yung kanilang impormasyon kaugnay dyan. But sa ngayon, Diego, ay wala pang opisyal na pahayag tayong nakukuha mula sa PNP kaugnay ng pag-high alert niya ng cybercrime group for now. But babalikan natin yan so kung ano man ang magiging impormasyon kaugnay dyan, Diego.
Okay, Jazz, ito naman about, gusto ko lang i-clarify ito, no? Yung about yung 911 hotline ito, no? Diretso ba ang pag-dial sa cellphone or kunyari, kailangan muna ng country code or area code mula sa mobile?
Yes, Diego. Ang pagkakaalam natin dyan regarding din sa pag-dial ng 911 hotline, which is very relevant na rin ngayon, Diego, kaugnay na rin ng mga magkakasunod na insidente ng mototaxi riders na nasawi dahil nga sila ay saksak ng kanilang pasahero. Itong Philippine National Police is encouraging na mag-dial nga ng 911 hotline oras na makaramdam sila ng takot o masangkot sa isang aksidente para mabilis yung kanilang response. At sa iyong tanong, Diego, kung kailangan ba ng country code or may iba pang idadial, ang pagkakaalam natin dyan, Diego, what we know is direkta nating idadial yung 911. Then magre-redirect itong 911 sa pinakamalapit na police station para makapag-respond kung nasaan man yung incident or nasaan man yung tumawag. But Diego, hindi natin sure kung ito bang magde-decline ba siya kapag walang country code. But what we know is pagkakalam natin is wala nang need na magdagdag ng additional numbers or ng country code. Talagang need lang talaga na, Diego, is 911 yung i-dial. Yun yung pinaka-main talaga na kailangan nating ilagay or dial. Dahil nga ito naman ay hotline, Diego.
Okay, Jazz, buti binanggit mo na rin yung about yung motorcycle taxi riders na nagiging victim ng crime. Karamihan, who victimizes them? Are these the passengers who book them? Tapos, that's when may hold up na nangyari? Or also, randomly, pag bumabiyahe sila, nasachambahan lang sila ng mali?
Diego, we can't speak for the numbers kung ano ba yung mas marami when it comes to ano ba yung incident or ano ba yung usual scenario. But sabi nga ng PNP, pasahero and both drivers are at risk dahil nga may mga incident na rin tayong nalaman na yung mga rider naman, yung suspect, kumbaga meron naman tayong incident na yung riders naman yung nai-involved, and recently magkasunod naman na yung passenger naman yung suspect. So it's a case basis, Diego, no, kung paano yung nagiging modus. Pero Diego, speaking from what we've heard na rin sa mga other mototaxi rider, ang nangyayari daw ay nagde-decline na rin sila ng mga rides na nararamdaman nilang from sketchy area, like mga liblib na lugar, o yung mga hindi sila tiwala. At meron pang mga naglalagay na lang ng mga sticker or yung mga notes sa helmet nila na huwag silang sasaktan. Dahil nga, Diego, hindi na talaga predictable kung ano yung posibleng mangyari o sino yung mabubuk nila dahil nga hindi naman nila alam yung identity nung sino yung magbubuk. So hindi ka natin masabi, Diego, kung ano yung mas madalas na modus or nangyayari. But in behalf na rin of the PNP, even though sabi nga nila, lower crime rates ang nakikita natin as of now, but these are the type of incidents talaga na hindi natin mape-predict. So as of now, we can say for the numbers kung anong mas madalas, but pinaiting ng Philippine National Police yung protection, both for the passengers and the riders, dahil malaga daw na mabigyan din ng equal protection ito nga ang dalawa. Diego.
Alright, thank you for that report, mobile journalist Jas Paredes. In the meantime, Vice President Sara Duterte still enjoys a high satisfaction rating as shown in one recent survey. This and other stories from mobile journalist Daniel Dayao.
3 suspects have been arrested over the killing of American marine biologist Kent Carpenter in Sibulan, Negros Oriental. The police identified the suspects only by their aliases, MO, JF, and CD. One of them, JF, had done repair work in Carpenter's home in the past. The 3 allegedly shot him in the head over the weekend while he was with his Filipino live-in partner and robbed some of the couple's personal belongings. The Pinay partner had also claimed she was sexually assaulted by one of the suspects. The 3 now face robbery with homicide charges. A 4th suspect, alias Eden, is still at large. President Bongbong Marcos and Singapore Prime Minister Lawrence Wong have agreed to expand cooperation in several areas, including trade, investments, artificial intelligence, health, and social services. Aside from Wong, the president also met with Singtel Group officials who presented their plans to expand investments in artificial intelligence, cloud technologies, and data center infrastructure in the Philippines. PBBM ends his Singapore trip on July 16. The election period for the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao or BARM has officially begun. It will run from July 16 to September 14. A gun ban is now in effect across the region. The Commission on Elections will also set up checkpoints in all of BARM's more than 100 municipalities and 3 cities. The BARM parliamentary elections were originally scheduled for 2025. However, President Marcos postponed the polls to allow the COMELEC to prioritize preparations for the national elections. 58% of Filipinos remain satisfied with the performance of Vice President Sara Duterte based on the second quarter social weather station survey released on Thursday, July 16th. 26% answered otherwise, giving her a good net satisfaction rating of plus 31, 2 points higher than what she got in March 2026. Meanwhile, Senate President Sherwin Gatchalian received a plus 18 or moderate net satisfaction rating in his first public assessment since assuming the upper chamber's leadership. House Speaker Boji D posted a neutral net satisfaction rating of plus 8, up from plus 4 last quarter. Chief Justice Alexander Gesmundo got a moderate plus 10, a 1-point improvement from the last survey. Actress Angel Locsin has publicly called on Senator Robin Padilla to stand by the principles she said he once embodied. In a lengthy social media post, Locsin said she was glad to see what she described as the old Robin Padilla and appreciated his honesty. She also questioned why the senator did not defend her when she was red-tagged, despite knowing the allegations were false. The actress said many Filipinos voted for Padilla, expecting him to be a strong voice for the Muslim community, but questioned why he appears to defend detained Kingdom of Jesus Christ founder Apollo Kibuloy. Locsin also expressed disappointment over Padilla's stance on China, saying it does not reflect the patriotic person she once knew and admired. She ended her statement by urging the senator to wake up, saying it is not too late to change. Angel's statement comes after Padilla said he is a communist, while questioning the testimony of NBI Bangsamoro Regional Director Jeremy Lotok during Day 5 of the Duterte impeachment trial. Kapatid Mobile Journal Daniel Dayaw, we are One News.
Again, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has returned to the Philippines after a 3-day working visit to Singapore. The president said the trip helped strengthen Philippine-Singapore ties and attract investments, particularly in healthcare and digital infrastructure. Marcos held a courtesy call with Singapore Prime Minister Lawrence Wong. The two leaders committed to expanding cooperation in trade, artificial intelligence, investments, healthcare, and social development, and pledged to pursue new bilateral agreements. Marcos also promoted the Philippines as a resilient and investment-friendly destination during the Milken Institute Business Roundtable Forum. Today, the President led the commencement exercises of the Philippine Merchant Marine Academy, Salighirang Class of 2026 in San Narciso, Zambales. Now, speaking of graduation, a fisherfolk leader was chosen as speaker for the 47th commencement ceremony of the University of the Philippines, Visayas. Pablo Rosales is the national president of the Pagkakaisa ng mga Samahan ng Mangingisda sa Pilipinas or Pangisda Pilipinas. UP Visayas had as graduation rites Speaker Ramon Magsaysay awardee and fisherman Roberto Cadodoy Balyon in 2024 and Reynilda Partida in 2025, also a fisher folk. This is part of the university's campaign to put the spotlight on community leaders instead of the usual politicians, business tycoons, or celebrities. In his speech, Rosales urged the 2026 graduates to serve others and country while reaching for their dreams.
Huwag ninyong kalimutan na marami kayong matutunan sa mga taong hindi nagkaroon ng pagkakataong makapag-aral tulad ko. Sapagkat ang karunungan hindi lamang sinusukat sa diploma. Sinusukat din ito sa malasakit, sa integridad at sa paglilingkod. Saan man kayo dalhin ng inyong profesyon, huwag ninyong kalimutan na ang pinakamalaking sukatan ng edukasyon ay hindi kung gaano kataas ang inyong narating, kundi gaano karaming tao ang inyong itinindig.
Words that we could all draw inspiration from. Congratulations, Tatay Pablo, and to all the graduates of Class 2026. Join us again at 2 p.m. for the very latest stories. I'm Diego Castro. Stay tuned to One News.